close to Remy? See, right there, that's the punchline! That's the punchline!
You go with him now?
I agree with that. Believe it firmly that she's innocent. Are you happy with that?
Well, I've been saying the same thing. I'm like, when it comes to that situation, like everything is exactly how it is. Everything is exactly.
I can guarantee that you should listen carefully to this one because Remy Ma is on a downward spiral after splitting from Papoose, who had been her long-term support system for convenience. Because she is losing the contract, Captain, Remy is out here trying to return to Papoose while the street dumps her like a bad habit for a younger.
The streets are all the same, really. I've been, like you said, we've been married for 10 years, we've been together for 13 years, so when we met, we were really young. We were both in our early 20s, and we both had children when we were teenagers, so I pretty much watched the 18-year-olds grow up since they were about 4, and his 21-year-old, just now my 21-year-old, she was about 8 or 9 when I first met them. So for them to be 18 and in their 20s now, I feel like I've been there for pretty much a large part of their lives, and they.
Another wrinkle to the story was that Papoose was recently engaged to his new girlfriend in addition to moving on. If you read that correctly, Remy is now acting desperate and regretting everything.
Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Let's return to the initial allegations that Remy was seeing Easy the block captain, as Papoose adored that woman and had her under control for years while she was incarcerated. She was being watched by everyone at the moment. He was steadfast in his commitment and patience. Never faltered, that's what true ride or die love is all about. But it appears it wasn't enough for Remy, since everything changed the moment she began dating Easy. After their relationship abruptly ended, she and Easy found themselves living on the streets as if Papoose had never been there.
That means main man don't know me. I will creep up.
Niggas is really mad that when they go to sleep at night and I wake up, we both wake up, it's like we doing better than them niggas.
Even worse, Easy went and ruined Remy's reputation. He apparently left her hanging and exchanged her for 2 ladies, not just a younger one. Remy appears to be lost, regretful, and miserable at this point. It has been stated recently that EAS has dated 2 women who are both active in the battle rap game. EAS was accused shortly afterward of hiding out with another artist from his trenches and his ex-boyfriend Fan. Things really got out of control when battle rapper Tarara from Tasmania, who has ties to the trenches, attempted to stir up trouble by sharing shocking screenshots of texts that Zam was allegedly exchanging. The lyricist, Leak C, informs you that the money is
To the earth and go everywhere else because y'all is just mad that it happened. I kept it $1 with. I'm like, yo, hey, listen. If it was that easy for any of y'all would have did it. There's a bunch of niggas who don't like me for no reason because excuse me, but I got started over.
These passages are just amazing, as are the lessons they express. As evidence of the drama's authenticity, one of the texts even foretold Remy's anger upon learning that Fan had slept with Easy the previous summer. The fact that she implied he was engaged to Seabray only makes matters worse.
He showed his admiration and tell the world how you think this woman is greatest. That nigga held you down in prison for 6 years.
Imagine losing your long-supporting spouse and then receiving this treatment. It's like immediate vengeance, and the streets are swallowing it. Don't try to make
That's my nigga. I'm the one that makes him valid in Philly. He needs me. I made him valid, and now he with Remy. He trying to treat me like this, but she don't even know that I came to the hotel because.
Moreover, I promise you that Taz was a complete disaster that day. She emptied the entire pot, but instead, she spilled the tea. As if receiving payment for bringing Zan to her attention, she went straight to Instagram. She knew you, so she didn't hesitate to make that woman smile. When I told you about that post, everyone was watching online because, strangely, she was having an affair with her partner. As you are already aware, though, Hassan and CB both came online to maintain order when things became too heated. San quickly headed to Twitter. Considering that the presence of these receipts doesn't reveal innocent information, was her Twitter comment, "I'm not dealing with Easy and haven't in years now," an honest admission or a weak attempt to skirt the problem. Before the rumors got out of hand, she stopped them by typing as if her life depended on it.
A character. This ain't cosplay. I'm a motherfucker. Devontae. I'm punch on shit. Javante. I'm crazier than Kanye. I'm wilder than Beyonce.
If you're attempting to discredit me, at least present the evidence. I am here because I am really good. My talent is self-evident. To be clear, no male is the reason I am here. Instead of keeping quiet because she didn't want her name to be made fun of, Southeast confidently clapped back. Let's claim that she posted to make sure everyone knew what she was trying to do. Even though C had worked hard before this crisis, some people were still inclined to believe the claims. In addition to outlining her credentials, she reminded everyone that she was the first Easy's Trench League artist to represent the platform on Remy Mez Chrome 23. This is a significant accomplishment, according to Southeast, as Remy co-signed her skills before this garbage even appeared on the timeline. Rap scenario on your own. Even though she denies the allegations, the fact that her name was mentioned in this misunderstanding raises the question of whether there is more to the story than she is revealing. In a narrative this intricate, there is always more to a situation than what is being said out loud. Let's be honest. Was that great public relations or a genuine response? A made-up scenario is difficult to assign merit to.
No caution to the wind. Without them soft free rock bars from Easy, you got nothing. That's why you plugged in with Breezy. I got substance, but let's talk about it.
Let's face it, people still ignore this full issue since smoke always leads to fire. There's something wrong with this, given how simple it is to be engaged to Remy and have relationships with two women. What was lacking if Remy had the commitment, the recognition, and the stage? That's the actual query that everyone is curious about. So he would just leave her like this. What specifically did these two other women contribute to the discussion about Remy's perceived shortcomings? Come on, let's be informal. The fact that he fled rather than simply leave after it happened in such a public way is really horrible. Remy's choice to go public marked the culmination of the Remy and Easy issue.
To come see me literally every single day, so I was chilling. I was like,
So he came up every day? Every visit?
for the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a max, you have a visit every day, so
Right,
it
right,
alters
right.
on the weekends,
That's
Saturday
right.
or Sunday, so literally every
Months of rumors and conjecture had persisted, but she remained silent until she decided to come clean. Well, it went terribly wrong. If tensions are high and the audience is passionate, let's imagine that Easy abruptly transforms his entire presentation into a full-fledged soap opera after an intriguing rap battle event. He was on the spot and looked straight ahead. "Are you not interested in me?" Then she said, "What did Remy do with your whole chest?" Without delay or inquiry, she replied, "Yes, and I mean a yes with some soul in it." This was not merely a casual answer. It was a public declaration of love, and all of a sudden the whispers and rumors stopped being whispers. It seems to be one of her biggest regrets now that everything has happened and the narrative has gotten so bad since. Despite the fact that the entire battle rap community could plainly see it, she made it public with ease and made his departure as loud.
I wanna be on the front lines. Hey, yo, Remy, don't you love me? See right there, that's the punchline.
Remy chose to disregard all of the warning signs, even though they were almost screaming at her. The hardest part now is that she had to learn the lesson the hard way. During the poignant "Don't You Love Me" moment during the rap war, Remy wasn't even the first woman to use this technique. It turns out that Easy had used it on his former Hurricane on other occasions. "Dio, you know I wasn't going to let Hurricane dismiss it." Without hesitation, she got on X, updated the timeline with the receipts, and told everyone that Remy was simply the next person in line and nothing special. She asked while viewing a video of one of E's earlier fights, "Don't you love me?" Hurricane followed Remy's instructions. As the audiences shifted, new ladies are subjected to the same love-bombing tactics, which are incredibly honest. The fact that Remy is discovering too late that she was never the primary attraction and was only ever used as a prop in E's battle rap shenanigans is revealing habitual manipulators.
No, move back. He got 2K. It's ironic that I hit him with 2K. I said, "Baby, you love me?" I said, "Touche." So if I'm sitting, if he tell me get him, I gotta listen to whatever you say.
Hurricane Du emphasized after sharing the receipts on Easy that she wasn't expressing her anger. Though she wasn't finished yet, she said, "I left Easy. I'm not scorned. I'm happier than I've ever been," to dispel any claims that she was being irresponsible. According to her, she is a much better rapper than those who questioned her sincerity, and she just shared the since the translated version of the original footage seemed too familiar, it's not as if people didn't anticipate this. Instead of exposing him for revenge, she wanted to correct the record. Remy and E got into a rap fight months ago, and Gotti told the whole tale. Instead of only hinting at it, he made it clear and told everyone about it. In front of the audience, he humiliated them, exposed their secret relationship, and made it obvious that Remy was surreptitiously observing Papoose. Despite the fact that the incident was initially written off as just battle rap banter, G was speaking the truth because he saw it all before it was made public. What he said today makes great sense.
That's why when Pat seen the gloves was off. This ain't no regular female, my nigga, that's his wife. Knocking you up compared to what he could have did to you, nigga, that was light. And you ain't off the hook either. And you ain't off the hook either.
Remy said that when people started to question her actions, they were reading it too broadly and accusing her of being reckless. She chose to play house with Easy, the block captain, on Christmas instead of Papoose, who held her down during her 6-year captivity. It seemed like everyone was looking for drama, but guess what? Having the receipts in his possession, Papoose spoke candidly. Because of this, it was easy to see a photo of Remy and Easy cuddling on Christmas 2023 once the screenshots were released.
I don't give a fuck if you just till you stop screwing the business. Found out you was in the help, that could really ruin your image. We're talking, rocking with Sam, Happin' Real. It's us.
It is possible that this Papoose was at home expecting to share a genuine holiday moment with his wife, while Remy was out enjoying herself with her new partner, pretending that she had never had a real one to govern her. That wasn't even as insulting as this. Now that it was more than just rumors, when Papoose finally made an appearance in person, it was clear and widely reported, and everyone started to piece things together.
Out here canceling Christmas. And then you tried to show us a 10-second video? Are you opening up some gifts? Then 10 seconds later you went right to Easy House to open.
Even though Iaz knew that he was fooling around with his wife and other women, he dared to shake his hand as if nothing were wrong. Thus, Pap reportedly didn't hesitate to give this man a clean knockout. Is Pap accountable for his handling of it? This man was devoted and loving to Remy throughout it all, but he was then taken advantage of in the most horrible way.
And I walked past, I see Papoose, and it was kind of like an aggressive motion, and Papoose swings. Next thing I know, Easy.
Hold on, though. Iaz was not going to take that loss lightly. Instead of moving on from his loss, he immersed himself in the drama and rejected everything. He even challenged Papoose to a fight, saying things like, "Really, you got played, got caught, and now you want to square up?" As for being knocked out, let's talk about how. Papoose has already moved on, and his new partner, Claressa Shields, isn't just any woman, so there's a small issue with that strategy. This causes Remy mad to act in a desperate manner. When she discovered that Papoose was not only making fun of her, but also secretly hanging out with other women, she made an effort to get him to reconsider and win him back. In about 30 seconds, Remy will be able to inform you that she does not want that kind of smoking, as Claire Shields is the undisputed boxing champion. However, Remy started acting very brashly online instead of embracing her loss with grace.
Out there right now, I'm a rapper too, so if you have any plans on trying to get there and talk crazy to me, I'll fight back. New rules.
Nah.
New code.
That's all I said.
Everyone could see the shadow as she began to poke fun at Claressa, despite her best efforts to hide her anger. Claressa didn't want to see Remy talk slickly with no consequences, so she instantly challenged him to a real fight. "You were heard by me." I guess Remy thought she was going to confront a lady who appeared to be a real fighter and win. And that's when things changed. However, Remy wasn't done being messy. She went too far during one of their public disagreements by giving Claressa's private number instead of resigning. Let's face it, it's real today. In response, Claressa clapped enthusiastically, reiterated her offer of a fight, and basically said, "Let's make it happen for real now." She wasn't content to merely talk. The situation evolved from awkward to downright ridiculous at this point. Would Remy really take on a 2-time Olympic gold medalist and undefeated world champion, or is she acting hurriedly because she knows this battle would never take place?
That ain't no regular female, my nigga, that's his wife. Knocking you out compared to what he could have did to you. Nigga, that was life. And you're not off the hook either. If you gon' cheat, then let's cheat with a nigga that can fight. You know this ain't right. You know this ain't right. Come on, y'all know this ain't right. he ain't at this one.
You are well aware that whenever there was drama, 50 Cent had to get involved in the conflict. Claressa Shields was under threat from him this time. On Instagram, he shared his usual sarcastic advice, telling her to do as she pleases and not to fight her since she would be the Blick champion. In the case of Remy, she received a 6-year prison sentence after being found guilty of a gunshot incident in 2007. But let's face it, was being honest. Remy's past is unavoidable, and it seems like she might be preparing for something much more daring. The truth is that Remy wants Papoose to return, but Claressa is getting in the way. The streets aren't helping her, and one guy even claimed that she's taking on more than she can manage. Remy is not the kind to take a loss well, if history is any guide, but let's face it for a second. The city with the highest murder rate, let's take a moment to discuss Claressa. She is more than just a Flint, Michigan, boxing champion. The true Red Rum Mitten Michigans, as everyone knows, don't play there. Remy may be tough, but Claressa has been trained in the art of knockouts, and her crew is ready for anything.
What would it take for you to jump in the ring with anybody?
Just want to know.
At this point, the girl leaves.
What? Your actual telephone number?
So, at this point, you can give me $1. It don't have nothing to do with whatever else. It's just that part alone. That part there is what it's like. I'm a businesswoman. Don't leak my number.
Right.
Why would you do that? I mean, drama sells. I'm not in that beef. My smoke with her is posting my number. So people like, oh, she wants to fight her over a dude. What? Stop it. Stop it. That is so beneath me. It's the disrespect of the leaking my number part. And that's it.
I'm a trained killer. It's really like fuck boxer. I'm a trained killer. So I'll be like, they be talking about these girls, and he's like, I don't want 30-second fights. 30 seconds? I don't wear your ass out. Listen, you give me 3 minutes with any of them girls, it's gonna be bad. 2 minutes.
To make matters even more complicated, it was discovered that Remy and Claressa had been acquainted before anything began. Do not forget that this is not a test. Reportedly, Remy and Claressa had a romantic relationship in the past. Pap was accused of cheating on Claressa during their relationship, but let's keep things amicable. Remy's decision to depart so soon is wrong even if this is the truth, because it is clear that she misses the past, which must have been very traumatic. The reason Papoose rings it is because he didn't just keep going. Remy is out here because she recognized the grave error that Claressa made when Pap asked her to marry him. She was out here looking for solace, but Papoose was making sure he had a bright future with a woman who genuinely cared about him.
No, that with me, I'm not the one. Talk about some, oh, she wore makeup and wigs and oh, she trying to be too cute. I'm a fighting motherfucker.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck you thought.
Okay.
I don't care how you.
People are currently talking on the streets and spreading rumors. Maybe Papoose and Remy are beginning to get along. Most people believe that Remy is merely begging to be removed by interfering in Pap's private conversations, which is why this problem is receiving so much criticism. Don't miss a beat. You know it's real since Fat Joe had to step in while under the influence of meth. It was seen by all. In Hoffa's My Expert Opinion podcast, the ridiculousness of the problem was also acknowledged candidly. Joe is not only a work associate, but also a family member. As their close friend and the godfather of their daughter, he would probably be the one to support Remy and Papoose's reconciliation. Even Joe had to admit that he couldn't clean up this mess, but when your own first-day friend throws up his hands, you know something's wrong. But Joe gave some behind-the-scenes information instead of only discussing the issue. The night before everything went viral on the internet, Remy was allegedly having dinner with 11 adult men. To avoid misunderstandings, let us state that Papoose was not one of the 10 men in the upscale restaurant. He was careful to keep the rumor from getting out. As soon as the news started to circulate, Pap posted on Instagram stories, "Say salute to my brother Fat Joe, even though I wasn't there at Brooklyn Chop House with them." This does not necessarily indicate that Remy and Pap are now friendly. While Pap is having a fantastic time, Remy is feeling lonely and anxious, and he's not alone. The atmosphere in Hawaii is wonderful as Papoose and Claressa enjoy a romantic getaway. Remy, meanwhile, is working feverishly to clean up her mess. They seemed truly happy and relaxed in their spotless photos and videos of their island getaway that went viral on the internet. As they sip cocktails on the beach, Pap and Claressa are living life to the fullest, the chaos long behind them. In spite of the amusing contrast, Remy is under stress and is doing everything in his power to conceal and justify it. She retaliated by rapping, the only way she knows how, in a desperate attempt to stop being pushed any farther. But let's face it, the streets aren't slowing down. Remy claimed that the battle rappers had the best lineup since she had bars ready for everyone and would come for anyone who even brought up her name in a brawl. But to be honest, this is causing a lot of damage because at the end of the day, no one is taking notice of it. They don't see it for what it is and don't believe it. Sis cannot ignore this one, and Remy is attempting to deflect attention from the reality that in the midst of all the confusion, memes, and public humiliation this incident has produced, she suffered a big loss. This L is a part of civilization forever. However, now that she's being criticized by the entire internet and appears to be a bitter garden weed, Remy genuinely thought that things were getting better. Trust me, this one is bringing joy to the streets. Interestingly, the reader who said, "I guess those gay Gotti bars are still haunting her," intended to assassinate her uncle in order to undermine her in this year's wrap-up. But where is the lie coming from? Everyone knows Uncle Murda, and he will write a thorough article on this disaster and the situation. Remy seems much more desperate because he threatened to take revenge on battle rappers. Since she made a mistake like Papoose and her rebound leaves you for a time, she wouldn't have cared what people thought if she had really continued. Remy risked everything and ended up without either Pap or Easy, so the turbulent situation will only worsen. Does Remy's attempt to make apologies now bring karma full circle, or do you think she made one poor choice too many? For the sake of their child, would it be better for Pap to remain with Clarissa or maybe think about reconciling? Do you believe Remy's insecurity will manifest itself quickly as well? Consider if Remy's career can survive this upheaval or if she will be the victim of every rap fight that occurs annually. Please leave your comments in the section below, and don't forget to click the like button. To receive the latest updates about Remy Ma, My Stars, and Hushers, click subscribe and check back frequently. You can never predict what will happen next. I will see you at the next one.